Yeah, so I hope you can see my screen. So yeah, we when we talk about open learning, uh, we talk about children, youth, families. So it's not just about one age; it's about everybody actually. Like so many of you introduce yourself as an open learner. So that's the spirit. That it's not about children, but it's about how we look at ourselves, our children, our life, our learning. So we started with this question that, hey, what is education, or rather, what is the purpose of education? And the answer we got was that the purpose of education is to live. That's why we call it life education, which means education and living is not really two different things. It's the same thing. So learning, education, living, it's all the same thing. The key is obviously in my hand, as a learner. So each individual is a leader of self, especially with respect to children. Uh, we think we can see the children as leaders of themselves, and that is why that is when it becomes not education but just living, because they're leading their whole day, week, whole month. Uh, what that means is they decide, the children, the learner decides, which could be me or the children, uh, as to what could I want to learn, and they're pretty much every one of us is pretty much capable of deciding what we want to do, typically out of our interest could be coming from inside, interest could be coming from what we see in the world or in others, and which essentially means that everything that is available in the world is worth learning, and no one field or no one subject is less or more important or less important. Whatever one wants to explore, that's it. That's what their life is. Yeah. So that's the first thought. The second thought is that we can also figure out, each child can figure out how one wants to learn, whether through a book, through a video, through by doing, through a friend, through a teacher. However, we don't differentiate from one way of learning to another way of learning. And typically, many of us learn in a complex combination of not just what I shared, but many other ways. So it's not like one has to learn in one particular way, in one particular time, one particular direction. So each one learns in many different ways from many different sources. Like this little map on the screen would show you, right from learning from self to friends to relatives to neighborhood to locality to city and the world. And today's world, in today's day, the world is available on our fingertips. We can connect with people anywhere. So these circles actually are blurred totally. You know, the third aspect is that we realize that we don't like being assessed. So nobody likes being assessed, and nobody even needs to be assessed. The best way is to reflect on oneself, reflect on one's own journey, and kind of put in that. And obviously, we all along the journey get a lot of feedback from people around us, whoever we call as our circle, our community. And the best part is we learn from all kinds of people of all ages, from all walks of life, and that's what makes it, so beautiful. Finally, the fourth proposition is that we don't necessarily need to go to school, college, degrees, exams. That's one way of doing it. People who want to do it that way, fair enough. But people who don't want to do it that way, because that's not really necessary. We can just go about creating our own life. And that's what makes a lot of sense, because I am the leader. I can decide what I want to do, where I want to invest my time. So open learning is not about freedom, as some people start thinking it's about giving freedom to children. No. It's about allowing them to be responsible for themselves. So we are allowing each learner, whether the child is 2 years, 8 years, 18 years, or even 55 years like me, right? So we're just saying, hey, each one of us is responsible for our life, our learning, our doing, our creating. In brief, how the whole journey goes: when children are very young, they are primarily hungry for a lot of exposure. For them, everything is new, and they touch, feel, put in mouth, whatever. As they grow older, they start exploring things based on what interests them, what draws them. Somebody may be drawn towards swimming, somebody may be drawn towards tree climbing, somebody could be drawn towards art. Different people explore different things. And then as they move into their teenage years, they start, or most of us start getting interested in few things, not necessarily many things, or maybe one thing, and then going really deep into it. We call it deep diving phase, where we get expertise by doing actual stuff. And finally, we can convert one or some of those expertise into what we call as the earning stage, the enterprise stage. Yeah, so that's broadly how, and obviously, once we reach enterprise expertise stages, doesn't mean we stop getting exposed to new things or stop exploring other things. I think everything just keeps continuing. That's the whole idea. So that's a little about open learning, just as a quick introduction. What is Aarohi? Aarohi is a community of families who are kind of learning together, supporting each other, living together, not necessarily physically living together, as the next slide shows. We could be living anywhere in this world, but we are connected on a daily basis, weekly basis, connected in terms of helping, supporting, doing different things together. So we do have a campus, but everybody is not at the campus. Each home is a campus, so we can be open learning at our home. We can be open learning at the Aarohi campus. We can be open learning at another family's home. We could be traveling, and traveling can be so beautiful. So the world becomes the campus. Yeah, so that's broadly what Aarohi is. Now, a little more talk about CoVersity, which is more for teenagers, uh, where they want to now, get into get into choosing their professions. Now, some of the teenagers who are in the conventional system of 10, 12 exams, uh, they're not enjoying that, or they don't want to do that. They would rather, do things which they like doing. And that is where, I want to just share a few thoughts that we have observed with youth. One is that the teenagers like exploring their interests, sometimes different interests, and to try and see what they want to get deeply into. The second thing is they like to do actual work. By this time, actual real industry work, not something just homegrown stuff, but actual projects, actually interacting with the world. They also like connecting with experts and mentors and learning from them by working with them or observing them and so on. So that's what the teenagers value. They like working with other teenagers. They like to have a cohort of like-minded peers, which is what Varsity offers. And finally, they are ready to be work certified. We don't necessarily need a certificate in today's world. We can very easily go ahead and build our professional space by the work that we do rather than the degrees that we carry. And that's very, very acceptable in today's world. More and more companies and people are very welcoming, this kind of approach. In fact, they're very, very enthused by the whole idea. Right, so that's CoVersity, which is for 13 to 21 years, part of Aarohi. So if you know any teenager who might be interested, we can talk about CoVersity. Right, okay, so let me stop sharing now. And inviting all of you to join me, if possible, on video, so that we can see each other, chit chat. You can ask questions, you can throw your thoughts, share your experiences, whatever's coming to your mind. Everything is welcome. It's a very informal meetup. Anything related to unschooling, homeschooling, open learning, these are just terms. We just call everything as same. And anything regarding your child and learning that you would like to share or ask. Yeah, this is your space. So please go ahead. If you can join us on video, that's even better. At least on audio. If not chat, everything works. People who have joined first time, that's okay. No issues. Just go ahead and ask a question or share a thought. People who have been joining here, you can obviously share a lot of thoughts. So you can connect with the presentation and start there, or you can connect with your child and start there, or if you have a random question or a thought, you can start there.
So I
Hi.
would like, okay, sure. You can go
No, no,
first.
no. You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
No, please, I was just trying to any such question.
Oh, okay. So I assume I can go ahead.
Sure, sure. Go ahead,
Okay, I,
Rika.
I just have a small question because this is the first time I'm, learning about these stuff, and this is the first time in the meeting as well. I want to know what exactly is going on in Aarohi campus. Like, what do you do over there in the campus?
What we would do? That's a very good question. So if you were to come here, Induja, and we would like you to come here whenever you feel like, we will ask you the same question. We'll ask you, what would you like to do? And you will do exactly what you would like to do. If you would like to chase around the birds, you can chase around the birds. If you want to write a poem, you can write a poem. If you want to trouble Vajra Prasad, you can trouble Vajra Prasad. So you will literally do what you feel like doing. It's as simple and actually as cool as that.
Yeah, sounds cool. Sounds cool.
Aparna, you want to share something on that? Maybe you can share what all you like to do. Put the ball back. Don't do like this. I'll put it back.
Okay. Yeah. So I like to join others, especially when I'm at campus, join others what they are doing. Um Obviously apart from the projects which I have taken and my stuff which I'm doing, join others, explore different stuff which others are doing, which I've never done before. Chit chat, enjoy the scene, and yeah, just join others and just keep doing stuff.
Right. So one of the keywords that Aparna used was do or doing. That's what this whole idea is all about. Do what you like doing and you keep doing. It could be one thing, it could be 30 things in a day or in a week, whatever. So if that evokes more questions, you can go ahead, ask more questions. Don't worry. All questions are fine, absolutely. And people who have joined in a little later, I can see somebody has joined from Motorola Edge, but I don't know your name. If you can rename, that would be nice. So Anna has also joined. Please go ahead, participate. This is not a, this is a very, you have to ask questions. You have to throw in something into the meetup, and we will see how we can respond to that.
I have a question. Actually, we have joined. Let me introduce me first. Myself first. I'm Baisakhi, and we have joined Aarohi recently at campus. My daughter was there in campus for almost 3 weeks. Now she's just come back, and then we may again go, and sometime we'll do it from home also.
Sure.
And we visited actually experienced Aarohi through a stay week there last year. We stayed there for a week, and it really inspired us. So, but it took a little longer time. It took almost a year to decide and join. I have it's, the sometimes what happens is that what I'm experiencing is that if the child is a child got addicted to something like mobile meaning reels only. She's not watching initially child was watching something very interesting, but later on in some point in time she got addicted to reels, which is just a different kind of music and dance. And then TV, YouTube, they're also the same kind of some different kinds of music and dance. And she feels that she shouldn't watch it and she should do something else. But because she got already addicted, so she keeps on doing that. So if that happens, then how to react? Because we already have an habit of reacting, always directing the child. Do this. Why you are not doing this? You are part of Aarohi to do something in Aarohi, do something. But when she's not interested to do anything, should we also get bothered, or should we just give her time to find out what she wants to do? So there I am little, because sometimes the entire family is not totally convinced. So that time it becomes a little difficult actually. So how to deal with such a thing? Should we should just keep watching and give her time, so that she automatically will get fed up with all these these addictions and then come back to doing things. So how to?
Don't ask us question.
Okay, who would like
Yes.
to respond to Vaishaki's thought? I would say, or I wouldn't even call it a situation. Pranav, you want to respond?
Oh shoot, 5:30. I have to go.
Aparna, you want to share? Have you been through this? Maybe not.
Yeah, like when sometimes when I keep watching for quite long duration, I sometimes, like not sometimes, almost whenever I keep watching for long duration, I get bored of seeing the device, or rather I don't, or I can't watch it anymore. So I would say, like, just have a big smile in your face and give some time. I guess it's my thought that she would come out of it.
Yeah, so that's one
Yeah, I also.
approach.
Yeah, I also thought the same way, that she will finally. Sometimes she does.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but wait,
she does gets
Vaishaki,
bored and
wait.
says, "I'm
Pause,
enough
pause,
of."
pause. So one of the key things Aparna said was that there's a big smile on your face. Right? Now, that I think is the key. The key is not whether, how and when and where, and whether somebody will not do one thing and do another thing. The thing is to have that big smile on your face, and the big smile will only come on your face if you have a big smile in your heart and mind. If you are worrying inside, the big
Faith.
smile is fake. Big smile is not even a big
Yes.
smile. It is some plastic something, you know. So I
Yeah.
think the key is not the see addiction or non-addiction, whatever. I think these are very harsh terms. None of us are really addicted or not addicted. We are just trying out something, and we will move on, or we will do 10 other things. But the provided how are we received in an environment, and if I think the big thing is that big smile. If we have the unconditional, belief in each other, and this problem is not just with children, Vaishaki. Today,
Acceptance.
so many adults are hooked onto the phone so much.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not
Exactly. And
about
it is,
children,
yes,
and it's not
yes,
about open learners. So this question is not about open
yes,
learners. It's a universal issue,
I understand.
right? And which is why we normally don't discuss about the screen time thing, because it's a beaten down thing. I think it's not relevant, anything to do with open learning. In fact, open learners is end up using device in a far more interesting way, because they are constantly looking for how can I do this, how can I do that. So we don't see that issue. And also, especially in a community setting, there is so much energy around, so much happening around. It's very difficult not to catch on with that. Yeah, like how Aparna was saying, yes, I will do my stuff, but I also am interested in what everybody else is up to. So there is that energy makes a big difference. But I think the big one is the big smile. I think we need to have more faith in each other, whether one is going to school.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the being in the campus is a big boon actually. You actually get that energy, energy around. But from home, then if at home, if you do not have that energy, then it becomes a little difficult. Otherwise, and she also wants to be in the campus. She's just waiting when the campus will open. I'll go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pranav, I think, wants to share something.
Um,
I just, Sakina here, I just want to add or just
Yes, Shakira.
share what happened uh, in with my child was like when he was like 3 years, he was always hooked onto TV or devices. Even now, when we go out or sometimes when he gets bored, he just asks for it. But at home, we have tried different ways to share. Uh, first, like how long you want to watch, some of the tricks like this, and what happens when you watch, and what all do you want to watch. A lot of questioning around that. And so he has explored even when he takes the mobile, he just explore different apps like calculator. He's like 6 years old. So he'll try different apps, not just for entertainment. Yeah, entertainment is also fine. That also he does. And as Ratnesh and Aparna were telling, so that comes with a smile. So even I had to work through that. That's a process. And when you I mean, any situation when we just go through them with a smile and then how ask a lot of questions, they also get clarity on what else they can do with the mobile, how long they can do, and out of mobile what else they can do. So they also get a clarity and they work on it. And right now, when um, when my son kid is with me, in a day he tries to stick to half an hour a day. I wouldn't say that that's a great thing. I'm okay with him watching even more, but he tries to stick to half an hour most of the time. So that's a rule here he's following. He watches the clock and follows for 30 minutes. Yeah. So a lot of questioning has helped and giving different exposures in terms of health, uh, you know, um, what else he can do and what else he can do with the mobile device. So that has helped.
Okay, sorry, I would request the group to let's move ahead. I don't want to spend too much time because, as I said, anything related to screen addiction is nothing to do with open learning. If at all, it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. If at all, it's a problem. It's a universal problem. So let's have another forum to talk about that problem for children, adults, grandparents. I've seen grandparents addicted. So let's keep that topic aside. Let's come back to what is open learning. And questions and thoughts related to open learning, unschooling, homeschooling.
I have this question, Mr. Ratnesh, to you and also to Mr. Prasad, because you guys have grown-up kids who are over 20 and who are into internships and stuff. So were there been moments where your kids expected you to teach them something about any concept, let's say about money or cooking or whatever that is? Have you guys have you guys thought about them something that's more practical and have there been any moments of those where you gotten and taught them stuffs?
VP, you want to answer first? You are on mute, VP.
I can't understand exact what is the question is.
Have you taught your children something? In brief, her question was,
Oh,
do they come and ask you, teach us this or teach us that?
it is. I have tried so many times, but it is not possible. Lastly, I have keep quiet. Then they are exploring themselves. They are choosing their own resources, how to learn, what to learn, what are the ways they want to do. So that's what that is my experience. With my kids.
Cool.
Yeah, so for me, I'm not just sharing about my kids, I'm sharing about all the children. I think it's not about me teaching or they teaching, because see, when you are together in as a community, as a group, as a family is a community to me, a smaller size community, but that doesn't matter. When you're with people, there's all the time interaction. So there's all the time teaching, learning happening from each other. While Vajra Prasad has been humble to say it that way, I'm sure there's so much her daughters has learned, and not just her daughter, so many other children around, including me as a child, has learned so much from Vajra Prasad. So he need not be explicitly teaching the way teaching is seen, where you sit and tutor somebody. But there's always, in every interaction, there is some give and take. And I like these I will call them as micro teaching learning moments better than rather than, structured, Induja, come teach us about this topic for 1 hour, like a lecture, but these little things so we all end up learning from, I guess, everybody. And in that sense, if we are 20 of us at campus, we say, oh, there are 20 teachers and 20 learners.
True.
All
Right.
children, all adults are teachers, and all children, all adults are learners. So that is the beauty of a community. And also, when we respect all learning and not just some structured teaching as learning, anything is learning, right? Even observing how, let's say, VP does something can be, Vajra Prasad does something can be learning for me. So, and that's also a teaching. He isn't teaching, but I'm learning by observing here.
Cool.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm Florence Reddy from Bombay. I have a 6-year-old son. We've been homeschooling him right from the beginning. Like senior KG and junior KG, we've done homeschooling, but through some online classes. But first standard, he's absolutely homeschooled. And this next academic year, he'll be into second standard. My major concern throughout all these 3 years is the socialization part. At least the first 2 years during COVID and all, entire family was at home. So, we didn't really face that kind of a problem. But last 1 year, when all the family members are working and most of the immediate flatmates and society members are working, there are hardly any people during the daytime. And then we have a real time difficulty in keeping the child with someone else, and both of us are working. In this situation, learning part, he's on par with his friends of same standard, or maybe a little higher, and then he's interested into different activities like music and football and other things. I have no concerns about learning. He's doing an absolute fine job. But my only question is, how do we handle a situation where there is not enough support in the house, there is nobody at home to take care of the child, or if there's someone in the group who can help me how to handle the situation, especially the socialization part, where at least 6 to 8 hours he will be in the school. If at all we put him in the school, he will have 6 to 8 hours of continuous monitoring from the school authorities. We know he's safe, but in our situation, what are the other ways where we can put a child in a protected environment, also encourage the homeschooling and give complete freedom for the child to learn whatever he wants to learn?
So I need a clarification. You're just talking about, I think, two different things. One is you use the word socializing few times. So are you worried about him being with other children? Is that your worry point? Or is it that you don't have somebody who can care for him when you are working and nobody else is at home and he can't be all alone? Because that's a different scenario that obviously you will have to see what practically works for you. If there's a grandparent who can be around, if there's a relative who can be around, or if they can be a caregiver who can be around, or if he can be in an environment where, as you said, he can be safe. That's meaning that you will have to see what are the practical options that are available in your context wherever you are.
Okay.
But socializing is a totally different topic. That is.
Yeah, so this evening he gets 2 to 3 hours with the friends and the society. He's absolutely fine with everybody.
So it's not the socializing you're worried about.
So how do we increase it? Now, for example,
why do you need to increase it? He will increase it if he wants to.
Okay, but the kind of interaction with other kids is happening only for 2-3 hours at the max. And during summers, it's fine. During the winters, it's in Bombay.
It's more than enough. It's more than enough if it is more than enough for him. If he says, I want to interact with more people, he will come back and he will find ways. And when we say socializing, are you limiting it to the child of the same, with children of the same age? Then that's not socializing. Then that's that's like putting all the age. Then we should say we should start marrying only the same age people and so on. So socializing is interacting with anybody and everybody, and
Yeah,
then
that's
he can
one more
explore.
feature. Yeah,
He
that is
can
one more feature.
explore. You have to see how he can explore so many different people whom he can work with, connect with, do things with, of all different ages over a period of days. Not like it doesn't need to be structured. I'm not even sure if he needs it. Why do we assume that somebody needs lots of time with lots of people? A lot of people just like to be with themselves and have some time with others, right? And
Okay.
a lot of time. So I'm just saying these are all manufactured thoughts in our mind. There should be socializing, there should be this, there should be that. I would say let it organically flow as to where the child's needed. If the child needs it, the child would ask for it. Yeah, I can give you my daughter's example. When she was, whether she was 6 or 10, she would have, as you said, some hours with other children, but most of the time she would like to explore things of her own, be by herself. She would not ask for friends and all. But when she turned 17, that's when she said, I need people of my age group, as in not 17 alone, but youth. And I want to be more with more youth. And then she figured out how to get whatever, how she could connect with more youth. And now her, let's say, circle is very large.
Okay.
So it really, so at 17, she felt the need to connect with more people. At a younger age, she was just happy with, as you said, 2-3 hours. In fact, in her case, it was even less, or weekends or cousins whenever we meet and so on. So I think it's each child's design journey. Why are we sitting and thinking how to socialize, what to socialize?
Okay, but my child is only comfortable with his age group kids, but he doesn't speak with elders. I mean, apart from the family members, he is
Which is
very.
fine. Each child would be different. We are not trying to say that he has to speak with elders. I'm
No, I'm
just
just
saying he
asking if
will
that should if I should be concerned about that with experience, kind
nothing.
of experience.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I'm asking. Where is this concern coming from?
I will tell my experience.
Okay. Because as a child, I am like very outspoken. I used to speak to all the age groups.
Yeah,
And
but you are a different person. He's a different
yeah, but
person.
again, my own son doesn't speak to anybody apart from his own age group. Then it concerns me. Is it because of the new process that we have chosen? If it's right for him, because
Ma'am, there can be
everything.
children in the whole school, college system who don't make a single friend. Right? So please don't think just because somebody is placed with 100 people will suddenly make them social. It's how each individual is very, very different. Their needs are different. VP, yeah, go ahead, please share.
Yes, elder one, she is not very socialized. Not socialized. We are term as the socialization. She is not. She is not interested in interacting with people and friends. Also, she has one or two only. She will interact. And younger one, she is interested in to interact with people. She wants people. She needs peer group also. Then she is exploring herself. I want to go to other places, and I will explore. That's how she is going out, and she will find out their own friends.
Okay. Okay.
I think
Thank you.
Pranav also wants to share some thoughts. Sorry, Pranav, today we are not able to hear you. We're missing your voice. No, even now I can't hear you.
I
If you're
have
talking.
one more question. If I
Just
may.
one moment. I think Pranav is trying. Yeah, Pranav, the mic is looking unmute in Zoom, but we can't hear you. Others, can you hear Pranav? No. Okay, maybe Pranav, you'll have to figure out a mic thing or reconnect. Uh, So I just want to say one again, kind of in it may sound a little repetition. Then first of all, again, socializing per se is nothing again to do with open learning. Yeah, we think, oh, in open learning, unschooling, homeschooling, socializing is less. I would say in unschooling, homeschooling, open learning, socializing is far, far more than what it happens in school. Because in school, you're only bound with that same group of people for the whole year, literally. Yeah, here you have totally open opportunity with whom you start interacting when. And please don't conclude anything just because a child, let's say, is not interacting with a certain age group right now. Who knows, tomorrow would be very different. So we are too soon concluding, analyzing, worried. I would say just leave all of these. Open learning means let go of all these worries and enjoy the child journey the way he or she is doing it today. He's enjoying it. They are the ones who bring us to the today and to the moment and to the joy that today brings. One may enjoy, like VP was saying, interacting with another. Another may enjoy doing a lot of research. A third may enjoy doing hands-on working. A fourth may enjoy using gadgets and stuff. So life is about, or rather open learning and living is about connecting with oneself, not what these notions that we have been given by the world. You should be like this, you should be like this, you should be like this. If we have to follow those images, then we are not doing open learning. We might as well just follow the the standardized thing. So the whole idea is to step back and say, no, 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 no. All of these are not important. My child is important. How is she? How is he? What he likes, what he does not like, how he does, when he does. That is more important.
Okay.
And that is where then the journey starts. So it becomes, that is why it becomes very rich and rewarding and joyous. Otherwise, if you are worrying, then you will be whole year worrying. That's worse than I would say rather send to school only. A worried parent is double problem because you will not only worry yourself down, you will worry your child also down.
I understand, because it's a major decision that we have taken, because all the generations, school is like a mandatory for us. And suddenly out of the blue, we've taken some new decision, and there is immense pressure from both the families.
Sure,
And,
sure.
there's tension somewhere, if we have taken a right choice, because ultimately child is going to get affected if it's positive or negative. So that concerns a lot.
Sure, sure.
And apart from the regular learning, stuff from the book and the media and the technology and all that, is there any other ways to engage a child, or provide something for the child for his learning? Is there any other way of teaching a child apart from the textbooks and the media? That, of course, there's
Aparna, you want to answer that?
immense information available already, but in terms of a 6-year-old child, is there something that we need to look into apart from this available knowledge?
Okay, let me see who can answer it. Whoever wants to. There's so many. Shakila is there if she's in a quieter place. But others also, there's so many others in the group. Even if you are not an open learning family as yet, you can still respond to a question. That's okay. It's not like only some people need to answer. Please go and share your views. What are the ways of learning? Anybody wants to respond to that? Okay, quiet group. Okay.
Maybe by physically doing things or activities. I don't know. I'm just,
Yes, yes.
throwing a ball.
Yeah, that's a big one. The doing.
I think a lot of learning happens through play also. It's something I've noticed. I used to teach grade 5, grade 6. And then later this work with schools and children in government schools, both for adults and for kids. Like play and curiosity bring about a lot of learning opportunities.
Yeah, in a way, today's topic is also efficient resource management. Right.
I think it is also about following the child's interest, what they are doing, and how you can expand on that. Say a child wants to explore something in, reading, give him books. If this child wants to explore something about physics, do something with them. Yeah, following the child.
Okay.
And sometimes it's also giving them exposures to something which they are not aware of. That way they figure out, oh yeah, this is interesting for me, I can try this as well.
Okay. For example,
Trikila, you want to share an example? You would have so many.
Yeah, maybe okay. So my younger one who's 6 years old, so he just started following numbers. Like he just started following numbers because we were telling numbers everywhere we go because numbers are part of our life. So and then he started learning numbers. Then just by observing, he started addition and all those. So then he got interested in clocks. So we got him a clock, a book where he can work around clocks and minute hand, hour hand. So that way I expanded that space for him. Now from clock, from nowhere he understood fractions, and like this he's understanding different things. So we are just following the child and just adding little to that. Okay, what is this? What is that? Little bit of questioning and all these. So a lot of times following the child and uh, yeah. I don't know if that example helped.
thank you so much. And on an average, how many hours or how much time do you spend with your 6-year-old? You or your family members in terms of educating a child?
No, we don't plan as such. He comes to
Approximately. I'm not asking you to give me a
yeah,
schedule.
I want to
I'm
answer
just
that
telling you,
before
like,
Shakila answers. Okay.
sure.
Yes. So I have an answer. The answer is 24 hours.
Unfortunately, we do not have.
No.
Because
Wait. Please don't react to that answer. Just think about it. You asked how much time do I spend with my child, right? So I'm saying 24 hours because I am observing the child 24 hours in the sense of observing, not necessarily always with eyes, but also by sensing what the child is doing, by knowing what the child is doing. And if I'm all the time observing the child, then that is what the child needs, me to be with him. I don't need to be for the child. I have to teach this, I have to teach that. That is always very stressful. But the moment we step back and I say, I don't need to teach, I can step back and actually observe the child and be with the child, how the child is learning, how the child is exploring, what the child is spending time on, how the child is trying different things, how the child is struggling, which ways, which areas. When I spend all the time observing, then is what is really the children need. And that is why I'm saying it's 24 hours. Once you are in open learning, that's the joy because you just sit back and you enjoy this journey of child. Or if you are in campus, you can see so many children around you and their journeys and how they are doing what they are doing. And that's why I like this 24 hours wala answer. It's not about the number, but it's about the approach. The approach is not about what I am doing, about how I'm teaching, what should I teach, what resource I need, how will I do this, how will I do this. No. It's not about any of those. It's about what the child is doing. How is he using her resources? How is she using her time? How is she learning? How is she struggling? How is she challenging? You know what I mean? So the whole paradigm shift of from me thinking about the child to the child thinking about herself or himself, that's the one that is magical. And that happens 24 hours, 7 days a week. There is no Sunday to that because the child is alive on Sunday as much as the child is alive on Monday.
yeah.
Right. Now, Shakila, your turn. Because the question was for you.
I don't have.
I think Pranav is also today. Pranav's Audio is not working. He's also typing in the chat so you can pick up some thoughts. Literally, Pranav started when his daughter was 6 or 7, and now his daughter is, I think, 12 or 11 or 12. I keep forgetting the age, Pranav, Mishti's age. So he has done this journey from the age that you're mentioning. But again, it's not about age, whether the child is 2 years, 6 years, 16 years, it just doesn't matter. Okay, so 7 to 11, Pranav is clarifying. But that's almost the same. But please don't bother about the age, Florence.
Understood. I followed.
Yeah, it's just not about the age. Okay, Shratma is saying it means positive or negative, everything. What if, observations are neither positive nor negative. Observation is observation. It's like a camera. When a camera observes you, the camera says this is positive, this is negative. No, camera just observes you. So when you observe, there is nothing positive or negative. There are no problems. There are only situations. and even if there is a problem, the child has a problem. Okay. And let's say the child has a problem, so who should solve it? The child will solve it because it's a child's problem. Right. So then when we start observing, then the so-called behavioral problems don't become problems. They becomes an opportunity to learn. Yeah. Does that make sense? I mean, are there problems or are there opportunities? You decide how you want to see it. So yes, there will be what you call as problem. There will be problems. There will be ups and downs. There will be here and there's all of that. That is what is life is. If you think that something will just work smoothly, nothing works smoothly. Just take you and your spouse, husband wife fight all the time. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that's interesting. Now you're thinking, how will he solve it? I think that's the first step. When we start thinking, let's see how the child can solve it. Let's ask the child, how will you solve this problem? Let's see what happens. Let's observe. The point is, we are not thinking like that. We are all the time thinking, how do I solve it? Because I think it's a problem and then I start solving it. I want to fix the child. Yeah, yes, he says he enjoys. That's the beauty of it. See that in open learning, we think learning is separate and behavior is separate, but there is nothing like that in life. In life, everything is learning or living. Even how I behave with others or how I cut a potato and make fries or whatever I do, everything is learning. Or I go on a journey or I read a book, everything is learning. So there is nothing separate like behavioral or separate like learning, That's something the conventional system has said. It has said only these 5 subjects are the main subjects. Everything else is extracurricular. But really, that means A.R. Rahman is Mr. Extracurricular. We should call him, hello, extracurricular. You are not a core, you are extracurricular. But it's not like that. For him, that's his life. Music is his life. For somebody else, something else is life. For Aparna right now, construction is life. What we are doing today is life for me. That's it. Including the fights that I had today, that was part of my life. No? Whatever hitting I did, that is also life for me today. So we're not trying to say that one thing is more. We're trying to say that let's see if we can just go ahead and enjoy the learning that every moment offers, every relationship offers, every instant, every material, every resource offer. Even a fighting friend is a resource to teach me how to fight, how to interact with people, how to win them back if I miss them, or how to shoo them away if they keep bugging me again and again. So yes, Shatma, that is That's when we are into life learning. That's when we are into open learning. When we are accepting each aspect of life as curriculum, as education. Which is why this is so much more fun. Because now you're not just stuck up with some 5 subjects and say that's education. That can't be education. If that was the case, then most of the people don't use their education. Yeah. So when you are thinking, but how will the child solve it? You are thinking still. Please ask the child. In some ways, if the last 1 hour looks like, hey, we keep on talking, child will do it, child will lead it, child will find it. Why is all of this? So go back to the first slide that I shared at the beginning. Some of you were there. Is that the child is the leader of self. That is what is the core of open learning. We are saying that, hey, can't the child be leader of self? Can the child decide, do, and figure out, and build his own life? And we are there as a co-passenger with the child, co-creating this journey. In a way, we are also doing and learning as much as the child. So we are not higher or superior. We are not educated. All of us are all the time learning, including me at this age. Your questions are very interesting, Shadba, but my answer is still remains the same for each one of them. The child will decide if he has nobody to play with him, what he does with himself. Yeah, when I was a 10, 11, 12-year-old, I was also a very alone child. I would stay whole day in my house. Even when I go to school, I would come back and just be with myself. And I'll play whole day with myself. And I had no problem with that. But I'll constantly play. Whole day, whole night, till I sleep, I'll be just playing, playing, playing. And in some ways, I still do that. If you don't agree, ask Aparna. She will tell, yes, this guy is whole day doing that only. So what I'm saying is, yes, this might be very overwhelming, me talking about it in this way. One is, take it one step at a time. Try something today. Something will work. Something will not work. Go back to your child. Again, discuss. So I'm sure if Pranav had his mic on, he would have come and said that, hey, let's co-create every single day with the child. Discuss with him or her in the morning. Discuss with him or her in the afternoon, in the evening. But just don't discuss about him. Discuss about you also, because both of you are learners. Now, there are 2 students in this home, me and my child. Or if there are 3 people living in a family, 3 students or 4 students. And if all of us are learners, all of us are discussing, sharing, then we realize that none of us are superior or lower, and we are all helping each other automatically by discussing. So like how we do in Aarohi, we meet in the morning, we all discuss what each one of us is doing, share, help each other, challenge each other, question each other. And then again, during the day, we can again interact with each other. And then in the evening, again, we meet and review our day. If this kind of a simple process where we meet in the morning and again meet in the evening, again meet in the morning, again meet in the evening, every time helping each other, supporting each other. But it's not about the child, it's about each one of us. Okay, so it's not like the child is reporting to me, this all I did in the day. I also report to the child, this all I did in the day. Child can also ask me question, hey, you were not doing anything, you were just chit-chatting, or you were just doing that. So I can question the child, hey, you were also not doing something. So like that. So it becomes then the whole journey starts. So start like that. Start one step at a time, one day at a time. See how I can value add to myself and to the child today, and how the child can value add to himself or herself and to me today. and then again review that in the evening, and again tomorrow, and then again tomorrow. And then slowly, the whole ecosystem becomes of asking, sharing, connecting, collaborating, cooperating, fighting, everything. So Sadhma, we don't have to be capable to teach, because we don't need to teach. That was a question asked at the beginning. Do we need to teach? No, but we will end up teaching also, and we will end up learning also. Okay, I think I have spoken too much today. I've come into the session after a long time, and I think I've just spoken. But I'm nodding her head a lot. So next, sometime let others answer or share thoughts. Aparna, you want to share some thoughts from what people have been asking? Since you are in video, I'm asking you, but there are more people here. I'm just seeing who all is there. Oh, we have Lavanya. Hi, Lavanya. We have Pratyush. Who else is there? Yeah, Chandrakant. Hi. So yeah, and just come share whatever you are thinking, even if what we have been sharing is going over your head or sounding too complicated or tough or whatever it is. Just share that. That doesn't matter.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think these Saturday calls have been nice just to hear also everybody's experiences and how it's been going. I am an architect. Then I was with Teach for India. I was teaching for a couple of years. I've been training teachers. And then I realized also working with kids that there was something very wrong with how we were teaching kids. And so during the pandemic, very by chance, it started as trying to help my kids out where
Anna, you went on mute. Yeah, sorry. After the pandemic thing, we missed. No issues, no issues. Yeah.
Yeah. So very accidentally, I started an organization where we were working with kids to basically bring play back to school. Like what we ended up doing is how can we, even in government schools, we used to say like at least 1 hour a week, can you just let the children be where, they can be creative. But we had to formulate it in such a way because it's hard here to just say, don't like let the children do whatever they want for at least 1 hour a day. But for me, I think the chaos is coming in where I love curriculum design. I've learned and looked through different curriculums. And now I have a 9-month-old child, but I can see how school is different types of schools also, right? Is not there is no space like the structure is. So I think there's this dilemma for me in a way. My kids who I taught have just wrote their 10th standard, and some of them are not going to study further. Some of them. So from one angle, I'm trying to look out for them of what are opportunities where they can learn, do their skills. And from the other side, I'm thinking, okay, if I'm going to homeschool my child or open school, unlearn, how do I unlearn? I think like there's a lot of like structure and this thing which I'm very passionate about. A lot of my question is around how will I unlearn this, and I think like you said, one step at a time is the only way. Yeah.
One suggestion: Jagruti is there in Aarohi Open Learning. That is the unlearning. It is happened there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw
it's-
that on. I was interested to actually check out that maybe for the next batch in June.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I heard you said that there are children who are appearing for 10th and they don't want to study further, and what can they do? So I want to use this opportunity to this is very interesting what you shared, that it is not just in the government schools, any school, any classroom. in any place of the world, actually. There will be some students who are very academically oriented, who love academics, who will be toppers, who will be getting good marks, who will get the best of the colleges because they do well in competitive exams, and who will move ahead, right? Cool. I have nothing. Please, I tell them, for you, school, college is the best. Go, have a great time. But then there is a big chunk, maybe 50% of people who don't enjoy it, or who are not able to do well, or who are not the academically kind, who are not the subject kind or the exam kind, and who kind of, unwillingly, unwittingly have to, keep on drudging along. Uh, Again, they could be in government schools, in rural villages, as well as in the best of the schools, so-called best of the schools. So that is where we have the whole idea of CoVersity, where the idea is that the youth, this is especially for 14, 15 plus, they get together and they start doing things which they like doing. No exams, no studies, no nothing, but they do actual, practical, real professional work. And they learn by doing stuff. And Aparna, you want to little share about your journey? So since we have Aparna here, who's 14, who's totally into doing stuff. Yeah, Aparna, just a little.
Just want to share, also excited for Aparna because you reached out about construction. I studied architecture because I'm very passionate. So I'm very excited to see you being doing this.
Okay, yeah. So this is my journey in CoVersity. I started with arts, and when I really started doing it all time, like giving it more focus and going it bit more deep into it, I felt, this is not something which I want to go more deep or learn a lot more about. So I looked at my past, what were my interests, and that's how I ended up with mud construction. So I took up a project in mud construction. I took up a thing called daily workout, where I take up a topic and learn little bit on daily basis by doing it. For in my case, I took up plastering as the thing. So daily I will explore one plaster sample and document it. So that was my daily workout. So daily I was able to, I create my own recipes. I took recipes from internet, different resources, but I used to experiment with one material on daily basis. So I don't continue the same thing. So that was one interesting thing which I did. I then doing all these things for 3 months, I created a portfolio using which I went for internship. So I did my internship for 3 months. Um, in mud construction, I did it, and I came back, and I'm about to start my second set of internship. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
So we want to reach out to all the youths of, let's say, the country and say, hey, if you want to, if you enjoy whatever schooling, exams, competitive exams, college, great. But if you don't, that does not mean that you are any less, right? Just because you have got 70%, somebody has got 90%, doesn't mean that the 90% person is superior to you or you are inferior. We are saying, hey, you can do what you want to do in life. Just go ahead and do that. So it's as simple as that. Meaning, I don't know why. Meaning, people have created these structures called whatever 10, 12 college degrees. Great, those are good structures, but not that everybody has to be part of that structure. Yeah, so that's what open learning offers. It's not just about younger children, it's also about professional journeys, people doing what they really want to do. In any case, so many of us end up doing not what we had qualified for, right? We leave our education degrees and end up actually doing something totally different. So why do we take the degrees on? We might as well explore, like how Aparna at 14 is able to explore so many things. Yeah, I didn't have that choice, but I'm so happy for people like Aparna and youth like Aparna. Yeah. So yeah, anybody has more questions, Aparna is there to answer on this front, and we still have 15 more minutes to answer or respond to any other thoughts on open learning. Please go ahead. There are more people in the group. Anybody has a thought, a question, something to check. Right now, in the month of May, our Aarohi campus would be closed, but in June, if anybody wants to come, stay with us for a week, experience, whether you are a youth, a teenager, or whether you have younger children, come as a family, stay, experience with us for open learning. Even if you don't have children, people like Intuja, you're most welcome to come and be with us and experience what we do. May we are closed, but June we are open for people to come and stay with us. That's one way to really understand open learning. So when you have these questions, Shadma and Florence, all I can say is, yes, we can talk about it, but when we talk, it may look like, oh my goodness, so much fundas, so many things, looks like gyan. But when you come and experience, then we won't have to say anything to you. You can experience all of these things without a single word being spoken, because everybody around you would be doing this, will be living out of themselves. Then you can relate to what we are talking about.
Thank you. We would love to come.
Yeah, that's why because you have to experience it, and not experience it by being a spectator. You will come here and you will become a learner yourself. You will be an open learner for a week and a community member for a week, and then you will see, oh, not just others, I'm enjoying this. Most important, at whatever age you are.
Okay.
Hi, sir. This is Lavanya from Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
I have a question to ask. Can I go ahead?
Please, Lavanya.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a 4.5-year-old kid, and I've been thinking to visit Aarohi campus for the past 1 year, but some feedback that I got from few of my friends who had come to Aarohi is your child is too young to go and explore that place. It's more for teens or some elder kids, and that sort of feedback I got. So I made up my mind to try it after my child turns 6. But but I have a lot of things to discuss with you in person, observe and see what things are working out in Aarohi campus and stuff. So can you please guide me with this kind of confusion I have?
So Lavanya, first of all, we have a lot of very young children. Like I am 55 years old young. And I am no better or no worse than a 4-year-old. Yeah. If there is one thing in open learning that we erase is the age. It just does not matter whether you are 2 years, 4 years, 14 years, 44 years, 84 years. It just does not matter. And when we remove this age thing, it's just so beautiful to do things with people around, with learn whatever you feel like, be stupid, be foolish, make mistakes, jump around, dance around, do what you want to do, or do something serious, however you are, it just doesn't matter. So please remove this age thing. Any case, please don't come for your child. Come with your child, but don't come for your child. Come for yourself. Okay. So, yeah, and if your friends have gone back thinking that this is a space only for a certain age, then that's just unfortunate. Yeah. And they haven't really understood open learning. Open learning isn't about an age. We say 0 to 99. I'm sure we all fit in there. If you see our website, it says the age group is 0 to 99. Right?
Okay.
It is just not about age. Just, I don't know if you're part of the open learning WhatsApp group. Just day before yesterday, Thursday, there's a 3-year-old, I think, who was here last week, and his video I have posted. I observed him
saw the video.
Yeah, for about hour and a half, I observed him. I was just sitting outside and I was just observing him doing it. It was so amazing. I think I learned far, far more about children by observing children rather than doing anything with them. I was very far away from him, but just observing him was so heartwarming, so many learnings for me. Not just about children, but about everything that he was trying and exploring and doing. So he was like a teacher to me with so much distance away and still learning. So Please don't think like that. It is our eyes that makes the difference. It is nothing to do with the age of anybody for that matter.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody
Thank you.
can be a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I often tell this story to everybody that one day at 2 o'clock, our dog started barking in the night, and we went out to see what is happening. There were some torches on the hillside behind our campus. We shouted, "Hey, what's happening?" So they said, "Oh, we are hunting for rabbits." Yeah, so there were some villagers who were hunting for rabbits in the night time, and you know what was our immediate response? Can we also join you at 2 o'clock in the night? And they said, "Yes, come over." And then we went, and we were also hunting for rabbits. You know, that is the joy of learning, where everybody, everything, every experience can be learning, and that is what we should learn from 4-year-olds.
Okay.
Yeah, if your child comes to the campus, I will learn more from him. He doesn't need to learn anything from me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So please bring him for us.
Sure.
You do
Sure.
us a favor.
Sure. Sure. But what if the child is not ready to explore new things or start?
Doesn't matter. There is no what if. What he is exploring is his curriculum, and we respect that. If we can start with respecting each one's way, each one's style, each one's individuality, then we have really opened up the potential.
Okay.
Potential
So
is
my
not outside,
child.
potential is inside. And how will the potential come out if we haven't accepted it? If we put our all conditions on it, then how is that opening up somebody? That's like closing somebody.
So if I discuss with my child and say that we are going to go to a new place where there will be a lot of people, we can play, we can do all such stuff, she simply rejects everything and she tells a known place, let's go to this place and play with my cousins. This is the only option she gives me whenever I offer a new thing.
So wait for it when she is ready for a place, a different place.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can show her some videos that this is the kind of place. Maybe you are trying to sell it to her. Don't sell it to her. Yeah, just present the option that, hey, look at this place. I want to go there. You want to come along with me, or you want to go to your cousins and I'll go and visit. And if she chooses that, you can just come. How does that matter? See, that's the beauty of it. There's no need to hurry or push or reach somewhere. In open learning, we're not trying to reach. We're trying to enjoy today. We're trying to live today. Is there any other day you can live? I guess we can only live today.
Okay, but the place that she chooses is not child friendly in my observation. So still, I can honor her wish and should
Absolutely.
proceed
Why not?
going there.
Why not? It's as much as you were saying, okay, if I want to go somewhere and my spouse doesn't agree, wouldn't it be nice if he can honor my choice?
Okay. So let her learn from the experience whether she is still liking that place or not.
Absolutely.
So I should wait for that and
Absolutely.
okay. Okay, thank you. I will try to come soon and meet you in person.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes. Anybody else? Maybe a last thought or a question? People who haven't shared anything, maybe I'm just looking again through the list. Chandrakant, we haven't heard from you. Pratyush, you want to say hi to the group. And we meet every Saturday, so you're most welcome to join any Saturday at 5 o'clock. We've been meeting for more than 4 years now. So we have a whole lot of recordings, so you can look through those recordings also. Yes, Chandrakant.
Hi, Ratnesh. Great to be part of the call. This is my first for Aarohi, one of the Zoom meetings.
Sure.
No
Welcome.
questions or doubts from my side. But no, I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. We are more interested into putting growing them up, raising them up through the open learning way of things.
Super.
But more than the kids, it is the, it is our parents or, people around us who try to pressurize, people who try to deviate from the set paths. So
Yes,
we are just still, in the learning mode from of ourselves.
sure.
Before teaching our kids. So just a point I would want to put forward, but great informative session. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes. Different people will share different views with you, and they're all our well-wishers. So we can just receive their thoughts also. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just reminding everybody that there's so many recordings. If you want to hear, we have all had so many families as guests who have shared their journey. So go through the recordings. Join us on any Saturday with any thoughts and questions. And if you would like to visit us, the June-July calendar is there on the website. You can register for June and July. May we are totally closed. So right now we'll totally close till end of May. But you're most welcome to come and be with us, spend a week and connect with us. In July, we also have that Jagriti program that Vajra Prasad was mentioning. That's more a program for parents to understand their children in a very different way. Open up to understanding our children, rather, I would say. It's not even about understanding the child. It's about opening ourselves to understand the child, our children, and how we look and work with them. Yeah, so we can pause for today, and thank you for joining. And we will be there every Saturday whenever you want to interact.
Ratnesh, I have a doubt. Where can we actually see the videos if at all I want to?
Yeah, so one is I'm just typing the WhatsApp number if you already do not have it. So you can ask me. There's also a WhatsApp group that is there of open learning, in which the description itself has the link for the recordings. Also in the direct WhatsApp message, you can ask for the recording link. I will send to you, and I'm just about to share in the chat also. You can copy from there. Just give me one moment. I will just share the link for the YouTube playlist where we have the recordings. Right. Yeah, the Zoom link for every Saturday remains the same, so you can always join it with the same Zoom link. Oops, sorry, I copied the wrong link. Just give me one moment. Yeah. So this is the YouTube link for the playlist of the recordings. And I've also put the WhatsApp number, which you can connect with if you have any questions. And yeah, I will also let me paste the link for if you want to visit and look up the calendar to see what are the options. Just paste that also. Yeah. So thank you. You can pick up these links. I am not closing the Zoom call immediately. I want to copy any of these. Yeah. So thank you, and we'll keep interacting, keep meeting. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. It was a great session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye, Ratnesh. Good to hear your lecture, by the way.
How is your health now? Hope it's good, back to normal.
Kind of taste is not there.
For me, it took just that one day I was unwell. Next day onwards, I was well. Just that
I could see them in the WhatsApp group. Good, I came, or else I would have been very tired.
Yeah.
But it was seriously so good to hear your lecture after long,
Okay.
especially with a new T-shirt, by the way. Bye.
Bye. Say hi to Atin.
Huh. To Aditya and you also.
Sure, sure.
Bye.
Bye.